Welcome back to the Austin Physio YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about our top strengthening exercises for musicians. So we have looked at already mobility and stretching for piano players. Today we're going to be talking about our top strengthening exercises to bring the shoulders back, to lift up through the body, so that when you are playing and when you're playing the instrument in different positions, you're less likely to fatigue and slump down forward, which can cause a lot of pressure and tightness to form in the body. So we can fix or strengthen through the posterior chain around the back, as well as the strengthening videos that we've looked at. You should feel a lot more comfortable and less likely to fatigue and cause soreness into the body. So the first exercise we want to start with is scapular retraction. So you can do this when you're in an all fours position, and what you're aiming to do is drop the body down, pinch the shoulder blades together, but keeping the arms straight. This is absolutely fantastic if you're playing piano, because you're strengthening the rhomboid, you're getting control over the shoulder blades, so less likely to drop the body forward. We then want to activate through the core muscles. So here we're doing alternating arm and leg. So only bring it up as high as you feel like you can go. And you want this lovely and controlled. So you're regaining stability over the shoulder here. So you're moving the shoulder whilst alternating the leg, but you're also working core activation, because of course the longer you sit, the more you're putting pressure on your lower back, and of course the stronger you need the core to be. So all musicians want nice strong cores, and so what I've done here is I've done an alternating type of exercise. So if you find the first one a little bit too tough, what you can do is brace the core, holding it in tight, and then just move the arm up and down. And we want to aim for about 10 to 15 reps on each side. We then want to look at scapular retraction, and again this is a fantastic exercise to get control over the upper body. This is really nice to strengthen through your rhomboid, so absolutely key. So what you're doing is bringing the elbows into the side, you're pinching them together, holding for about 2 to 5 seconds and then relaxing. And again, aiming between 10 to 15 reps. So with all of these strengthening exercises, it's all about bringing them together, regaining that control, and again, adding it in, of course, with your stretching and mobility routines. Finally, before we move on to more work into the elbows and the wrists, we want to do one more exercise to gain control over the shoulder blades. So this is one-sided retraction. So you want to keep the arm straight, and you're going to bring the arm back, and then you're trying to pinch the scapulae, so your shoulder blade, onto the rib cage. So you're trying to pinch them together but one-sided. You want to aim between 10 to 15 reps on one side, and then you're going to swap sides and the other side. The key here is you don't want to bend at the elbow. You need to keep the arm lovely and straight, and you're bringing it back, so you're regaining control over the shoulder blade. And again, 10 to 15 reps on either side. Next, we want to look at strengthening around into the elbows and into the wrists, and obviously into the fingers, because although we want to stretch them after we've played, we also want to build up that strength over time. And of course playing will do this, but if we can add on a little bit as well with some exercises, absolutely key. So I'm using a stress ball here again. You can order them online, they're not expensive at all. You're going to squeeze into the ball. So you want to aim, and you can do it if you had a really tough day and you're really angry. You can squeeze into the ball, but it's a really good way to work the tiny little muscles of the fingers, and you're squeezing around, so when you're playing like this, you've got that lovely strength. So I would normally aim, either you can do for reps, so you're aiming for 30 reps either side, or you can do it for time, whatever feels more comfortable and fits in with your routine. And of course swapping sides, because if you're onto those higher levels of playing, you're going to be at higher grades, you're going to be using both sides, and you'll be quite surprised. Normally one side's a little bit stronger than the other. So again, you're going to feel like a bit of a silly person doing this, but you want to aim for about 30 reps, squeezing through, or like I said, doing it for time. Keep going, and obviously doing that on both sides. Next, we want to strengthen around the muscles around the forearm. Again, when playing, absolutely vital to have that extra strength around this area. So I use a can of beans. Obviously you can have a tiny weight, whatever feels more comfortable, because you probably build this up over time. And we want to start off with the elbow relatively relaxed, and then what we're going to do is we're going to bring the wrist upwards initially. So looking at working those extensors. So again, you can hold underneath the elbow, but the idea is to build up that strength. So really slow and controlled in this movement, lifting it up, holding for a second, and then relaxing, aiming between 10 to 15 reps in that exercise. Once you've done that, turn in the opposite way. So again, you can still hold under the elbow, you're going to curl it up towards you. So again, canned beans, you know, can of pickle, whatever you want to go for, jar of pickle, sorry, anything like that that can add a little bit of weight. We're going to lift it up towards you. So again, holding for a second, then relaxing. And again, you can use a little weight if you want to, anything that's heavy that you can build up over time. Aiming between 10 to 15 reps, nice, slow and controlled. So where I'm chatting, that was a little bit too quick, so you want to slow it down a little bit. So we're going to bring it up towards the elbow and then relaxing. And then with the strengthening routine that we're showing today, we would probably want to add this maybe once or twice in per week, adding it in, and then definitely doing the stretching and the movement every day after you've been playing. So adding the two together to help you reduce injury when you're playing your instrument, and in this case the piano.